And now for the news. Glad you can join us, and welcome to the P.G.M show. Hello and welcome to the P.G.M show with your host, yes, me, Peter Gordon McKinnon. And season's Halloween greetings. We don't really have it here in New Zealand or over in Australia. No, we don't. We don't have that major excitement of trick-or-treating or knocking on strangers' doors to get candy, dressing up like ghoulish goons or ghosts or famous monsters like Frankenstein or Dracula. No, we don't have that. That's not in our wheelhouse. We celebrate Christmas, of course. We have a summer Christmas over here, where you have a winter wonderland Christmas over there in the US, and I don't know what you have in the UK. Maybe a wet, wild, sometimes snowy Christmas over there. I'm not too sure. I really am not too sure. You can comment down below on what Christmas and what Halloween celebrations you do. Please do. I will read them. Anyway, it's time for some classic goodness, and I chose this. What I'm wearing is, I'll just turn around here, pull this out very, very slowly from where it comes from. Again, one of the all-time classics, I think, Tim Burton's classic, A Nightmare Before Christmas. And why am I doing this? Why am I reviewing this? Well, it's simple. I just said. It's Halloween still. It's coming up to Christmas soon. And this movie conjoins both of these worlds. And what a delight. Tim Burton's first dip in the waters of film. This is a stop motion event. Probably took them years to do, but it is Tim Burton's creation. Right down from the drawings of Jack and Sally and Oogie Boogie and all the rest of the fantastic characters in this. What is it about? Well, I call it two love stories. Jack is obsessed on really doing something different. He's getting sick of doing the same old scares. He's getting sick of Halloween. He wants something different, something brighter. And then maybe the darkness or scaring people. Excuse me. And so he doesn't know what he wants to do. Plus this is a beautiful musical. It is a beautiful musical. Music is done beautifully by Danny Elfman, who you may know that he's been working with Tim Burton for years now on Batman and such things as Batman Returns, of course, and I think he might have done Sweeney Todd. I'm not too certain. You can again comment down below. But he is such a great composer and such a great talent, and he lent his voice to Jack, and another actor actually lent the words. What do you call them? While Danny Elfman was singing the words, of course, and composing it, then another actor jumped in with his voice and acted those parts out. Anyway, if you see the film, which I do recommend watching it, it's just amazing. It's a delightful story. I'll get back to it. As Jack is hunting and searching for something else that he can do, something beautiful in the way of a different celebration, maybe, I don't know. But he's sad in a way, so he sings this beautiful song, and he goes out searching, of course, for something. So he stumbles on, I think he does stumble on these doors. He finds these doors which are in trees. I mean, you've got Easter, you've got a egg, and you've got a chicken. I think that might be Thanksgiving, and then probably is, and then you've got Santa, a tree within a tree, and he falls down, or opens the door and falls down the Christmas tree log, and he's in the world of majesty and snowy goodness wonder. And he sings the song, "What's this? What's this?" as he dances around in the snow with seeing fairy lights and Christmas lights and little houses in the snow and toys being made by these little elves and stuff like this. And he gets an idea, gets a revelation, big revelation that, well, he's going to do this. He's going to actually take over Christmas. And he does. He takes over Christmas. I am jumping ahead. I want to make this as short as possible, so I don't want to go into too much detail, but jumps ahead, and he relies on his townsfolk to reinterpret Christmas as in his Christmas, the Halloween jack-o'-lantern Christmas. So, plus he's got a plan to kidnap Santa Claus. So he gets 3 little kids who are living with this big, ugly, green, grey thing called Oogie Boogie. And Oogie Boogie's the bad guy in this. And when Jack says that, go out and go and kidnap and go and get Santa, and don't hurt him at all, he says. And they do. They go and kidnap him, of course, but they turn up with the wrong thing, and they turn up with an Easter bunny. So they get sent back to go and get Santa. But when they are singing their little ditty, these 3 little kids in Halloween Land, Oogie Boogie, comes to realise this could be his moment. This could be a thing. If he gets his hands on Santa, what torturous things I can do with him. And as we continue the story, you've got this lovely woman, of course, because I've just mentioned these 2 romantic tropes in this story, and that is Sally. Sally is enamored. I don't know if I correctly pronounced the word anyway. Is besotted with Jack, who loves Jack, but Jack doesn't know about Sally, and Sally's in this not captured sense of a word in the Doctor and the evil scientist slash mad scientist, there's a scene in there with Igor turns up with the plans of the skeleton reindeer, and that's further on in the movie, and that's a really cool thing. But she poisons her captor, this doctor, this mad hatter doctor, and the Mad Hatter Doctor always falls asleep because she gives him deadly nightshade in a big bowl of soup, and escapes all the time. And she just wants to help Jack. She wants to help him realise that Christmas will not work at all in Halloween Land. It won't. It just won't. But he ignores it. Jack ignores it because Jack has actually researched and done his science on this, and how it all works, and how does presents work, and how does Christmas stockings work, and how does snowflakes work, and how does Christmas trees work, and lights work, and everything works all around Christmas, and bring joy to the world, because that's what Santa does. Santa brings joy to the world and presents in the stockings, and we buy green, beautiful Christmas trees and put decorations on it, and so he tests them, and he doesn't know what it is all about, but he begins to. So he gets the villagers and townsfolk to actually create their own presents and their own, I could say presents to give people. And then Jack gets Sally, while Sally's warning Jack, don't do this because it's not going to work. And Jack says, Sally, please make me the finest Santa Claus outfit, because I am going to deliver Christmas to the world. So Sally does, reluctantly, and the story goes on, and eventually kids grab Santa, and Santa is grumpy and gruff and with Jack and says, what are you doing? I mean, you've kidnapped me, and blah blah blah. And somehow Oogie Boogie captures Santa and begins his torturous psychotic rant. All in all, Jack has made the reindeer with the mad scientist's help, and he goes off, goes off to deliver all these wretched, horrible-looking trinket presents to the children of the world, and he can't because there's a lot of mist and fog, and lo and behold, his little dog with his little nose guides the sleigh, or his sleigh, and come in the morning, the little children go downstairs, and what's there in their parcels from Santa, but not from Santa, from Jack, and that is shocking to them. They are horrified in the dolls they get, and horrified in all the creatures that crawl out of the China dolls, and horrified at screams and telephone calls from horrified parents and horrified kids, and saying, where's Santa? They can't find Santa, so they're on a hunt for Santa as well. He's been captured by Oogie Boogie. And so that romantic notion hasn't worked. It really hasn't worked. That's what Sally was trying to tell him. Because Sally was trying so desperately to actually be in Jack's world, and Jack wasn't listening. Jack wanted something beautiful. And there's nothing wrong in that. Even in Jack's senses, there was nothing wrong with that. So when Jack found out that Oogie Boogie had kidnapped Santa, because Sally had gotten to him and said, we've got to free Santa, because Sally was captured also, because Sally went down to Oogie Boogie's lair and tried to actually rescue Santa from Oogie Boogie. And the realization of Jack realizing this didn't work, he had to rescue Santa and Sally, of course, from the vile clutches of, again, Oogie Boogie. I love saying Oogie Boogie. And so Jack with his power and his might, and Oogie Boogie being very frightened of Jack, rescued Santa and rescued Sally as well, and and Santa was told Jack off, really, that he couldn't do that or something like that, and this wasn't his place, and Santa said this is what he does, and mind you, in saying that, the second romantic thing was that Sally, and looked at Jack, and Jack looked at Sally, and they became involved with each other. It was beautiful, really. I mean, and if I stutter around through this again, and Santa granted Jack up here, his wish was fulfilled in snow in Halloween Land. Again, to sum up this beautiful story of Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, with coinciding with Halloween and Christmas congealed into one beautiful story, as I keep on saying, it's a good treat for yourself for even Halloween and even watching this in Christmas time. With the charming characters, with seeing Wolfman there, and seeing this beautiful, colourful, dingy, dark but colourful also surroundings in stop motion form, and telling it a wonderful story, wonderful story. I can't say that enough, because it was charming and it was wonderful and it was beautiful. And having them be together now as, romantically involved, and just the settings as well, in this small little town, and how this hill or little cliff curled down, and as he was singing his sad song at first, because he wanted something different for himself. And I'm gonna leave it with you. I'm gonna say, please watch this. If you've got Disney Plus, please go and give it a watch, because it is beautiful. And if you've watched it before, I mean, I think you know what I mean. It is beautiful, and it's beautifully told. It's beautifully set. The characters are so charming, and the storyline is just so simplistic in its entirety, and it involves Christmas and Halloween. So you've got best of both worlds here. Tim Burton is just a genius in this. I mean, I love Tim Burton's work. I always have. And yeah, so that's my review on A Nightmare Before Christmas. A beautiful tale of two romantic storylines. That's what I see, is that he got his wish, snow in Halloween Land, or whatever you want to call it, and he got, and Sally got her wish to be with Jack all along. And so that with my mouth covered, so he got his wish by Santa's help, of snow covering Halloween Land, or call it what you want, and Sally got her wish to be with Jack. And that was that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, take care, stay safe out there, have a beautiful day, a beautiful night, and wherever you are, and I'll see you next time for another classic movie review